Folks, drama, been drama, been drama. Roslyn Akombe resigns. I can see those wazungus who don't care what happens to human rights in Kenya. They just want to take care of their commercial interests. I can see them right now, yeah? So frustrated, yeah? Saying something. What the is going on in Kenya? My message to them, na bado, mambo bado tena sana. Now, a member of Club 1999 had a very interesting prediction of what we should expect going forward. And I agree with this prediction 10,000%. This is exactly what's going to happen next. Yeah? We're not going to get a cleanup at the IEBC. No way. We're not going to get an improvement of the situation. We're not going to get an admission or a confession from those who want to rip Kenya apart as long as they remain in power. That one you can wait until the chickens come home. Yeah? What we're going to get, yeah, is a sudden revelation of Roslyn Akombe's sex life. Yeah? What we're going to get is how Roslyn Akombe met with Raila. Yeah? They said they talked with Orengo. They talked to the opposition. Yeah? What we're going to get are statements like, oh, we knew all along that she was NASA. Okay? What we're going to get is we are aware that this was a plot by NASA, yeah, to make sure that there are no elections on the 26th. That's the kind of rubbish you're going to get. And that you can take to the bank. You can be sure about that. Yeah? Indeed, I'm sure even right now as we speak, the propaganda machine inside State House is rolling. That you can be sure of. You know how Akombe didn't make her hair right? Yeah? You know how Akombe was not beautiful after all? Everything else to divert attention for Kenyans, yeah? From the real issues here. Okay? So let's go straight to the real issues. Yeah? And let's look at it point by point so that we understand exactly what has happened and what the repercussions, the impact, the consequences are going to be going forward. Now you'll remember a long time ago, sometime in August, yeah, I said something. Just be patient before I go into the points, yeah, because I think this is an important thing to take note of, yeah. Sometime in August I said that this plan is going to fail. Why? Not because I knew what was going to happen in the future, not because I knew the drama which was going to go into the future. I'm not a fortune teller, I'm not a prophet, I'm not a mganga. Yeah. The reason I said that was because I said there are just too many moving parts. There's something bound to go wrong. The people who are behind this, or behind the whole of this plan and so on and so forth, are amateurs. Wangeenda watafute Moi, watafute wale watu wa Moi, yeah? Yeah, if they wanted to get it right. If they wanted to get this conning and massive fraud against the Kenyan people right, they should have gone to Moi, yeah? Or even at least gone to Kibaki people, yes? Because you don't do something major like this and then you leave so many moving parts. Huyo wachana naye tutamthreaten. Si huyo ni mwanamke tu, atafanya nini? You know that kind of arrogance. And arrogance, yeah, is what created way too many moving parts in this plan that definitely there's something which was going to go wrong. And then you know what people say, you know the major truism in life. Pride comes before what? Pride comes before a fall. Yep, and this is exactly what we're seeing here. We're seeing it unfold before our very eyes. Then remember what also I told you, yeah? I told you that the worst situation a human being can find themselves in is whereby God Almighty Himself, yeah, tells a person, "Hebu simama kando kidogo." So that you think that you are fighting so and so, you think you are fighting a human being, kumbe, you are fighting the Almighty Himself. And I can tell you that can be very frustrating, eh? You can go out and spend billions in a kata. You go out and you do that, it hits the wall. You go out and you kill 100 school children, you shoot them in schoolyards, you do what? In a kata. And if you don't believe me, God Himself has said, "Hebu simama kando kidogo." If you don't believe that, watch what is going to unfold next. Just watch. And then think again. Now, the involvement of the Almighty is not without reason, because there's such serious evil happening in Kenya right now. You will not believe your ears. Yesterday, I spent the whole day, doing a recording only for Club 1999 members. I mean, the thing was so sensitive, And then when I listened to it again, when I put everything together, I still hesitated to release it, because that thing is so sensitive. But it is the truth. It is the truth. Kenya is stinking. Kenya is stinking. Oh, it is stinking to the higher heavens. There's such evil going on in Kenya over this thing, I'd advise you, if you're still wearing these hats, oh, mimi ni Jubilee, mimi ni NASA, just step aside, And I'm not talking about NASA winning the election. I'm not talking about a certain leader being elected. No. I'm just talking about what is happening in Kenya. One needs to step aside. You could be concentrating so much on, this we won, we should win, or we won on 8th, we'll win again, or, our votes were stolen. You could be focused so much on that, While your house is burning, you're focused on a soccer game, Man U versus Arsenal, You're so excited about the game, and your house is on fire. And then you look behind, you see, my house is burning. It's okay. I'll deal with that when the game is over. My friends, Kenya is stinking. Anyway, I'm going to release that report immediately after I'm done here. Okay? It's going to be available to Club 1999 members, so that is something you can look forward to. If you haven't joined, you can join, because sorry folks, I mean, this is nothing to do with frustrating you. When you listen to that report, Anyway, key point number 1. Roslyn Akombe left the country and then resigned. Why did she just not resign and remain in the country? The circumstances. What happened is that she was supposed to go and inspect printing work going on in Dubai. So she flew out of the country. Dubai, there are no NIS at the airport for, to stop you from flying out of the country. So from Dubai, she took a flight direct to New York. And then she resigned in New York. What? Yes. So the question is, why did Roslyn, and New York Kombali, so what is she so scared of? Because what she'd have done, she'd have just done like what her family did, gone to a neighboring country, like Tanzania here. Just go over the border, reach Dar es Salaam, and then issue a statement, that she didn't feel safe. She had to go very far. I mean, New York is the other side of the world almost, literally, So she had to go very far to resign. Why? Who is she scared of? She's scared of Raila? Is she scared of the demonstrators who do not want election on 26th? Who is Roslyn Akombe scared of? Now I want us to analyze this in detail, because this is the crux of the matter. Hapo ndo kila kitu iko. Okay? Now during, in both her resignation letter and in the interview, she carefully dodged questions which went in this direction. Okay? So let's analyze this particular point, and then I'll tell you why she was dodging those questions. Okay? Clue number 1. At least she said, when she was asked, about fearing for life, she said, there's somebody who had been murdered. Yep, that name has come up again. Chris Msando was murdered, before the elections, a week to the elections, and the issue has not been resolved, Akombe said. I'm telling you, Akombe knows a lot more about this issue, okay? So what she was implying in so many words is that the people who murdered Msando could very easily murder her. Yes, and those people are so powerful that it is not enough to run away to Tanzania, they will get you. It's not enough to run away to South Africa, bado anaweza kufikia. She had to go very far, where she can be able to maneuver, a city she's very familiar with, and where she can guarantee her own safety and security. Okay? The very important point to note here is what we have been saying here all along. That very ruthless, lethal government agents are right inside IEBC controlling things. Ukikataa kufanya vile wanataka, they do a msando on you. That should be very clear. That should be crystal clear. That should be as clear as day. And if you didn't believe it, if you are doubting, There's the evidence now for you to see. Okay, now we'll take a short break. We'll be back. There's a lot more in this subject we need to tackle. See you in a bit. Welcome back. Welcome back. Now, something else related to the way Akombe did this, yeah, by going very far to resign instead of resigning within the country, is also included in something she said. She said that the chairman of the IEBC, Bwana Wafula Chebukati, is a man under siege. Yeah? Under siege from who? And then the guy has power. Yeah, he's empowered by the constitution. Yes, I know the other day I'm aware some laws were trying to be passed to limit his powers, but those laws have not yet been signed into law. Bado, yeah, the president says he's looking at them with his deputy. Yeah, they're still not law. Yeah, which I find very interesting, and you should too. Yeah. Anyway, so why is Chebukati under siege, and from who? Now, regular members of this channel know that there's something I pay more attention to than the statements issued by politicians. Yeah, when a politician speaks, there's something else I look at other than the words they're speaking. Yeah, and it's called body language. Now, one very fascinating thing about Wafula Chebukati is there's something very consistent I've been detecting in his body language a lot of times. Yeah, and it's something called fear, woga. Yeah. Now, let me just give you a bit of a background here so that you know that for a Bukusu man to show fear, it's a major issue. Okay? Now, of course, Chebukati hails from the Bukusu society, and judging from his age, yes, and anyway, this practice still goes on today, the circumcision rituals of the Bukusu are very interesting. Yeah? To me, Shindano, there's no anesthesia. Yeah? People are taken to the river, yeah, and they're cut without flinching. Ukiflinch umeharibu maneno. Okay? Hey, it is a major. So, the long and short of it is that a Bukusu man is a real man. To scare him, ni ngumu sana. And it makes sense. This is why, if you look at the history of the Bukusu are a subtribe of the Luya community, they have consistently resisted the government. Yeah, right from colonial days with people like Masinde Muliro. Yeah. Up to the second liberation, yeah, we had people like Wafula Buke, very courageous people, yeah. They will not just cower. Si watu wa kuogopa ovyo ovyo, yes. But I've sensed fear in Wafula Chebukati, yeah. So who is he fearing? Such a powerful man, empowered by the constitution. Anaogopa nini? Before I answer that, now in an earlier recording you will know that Chebukati and Chiloba are both Bukusus. Yeah, even Chiloba is a Bukusu. So they had the privilege of being able to speak na hakuna mtu mwingine asisikie. Yeah, you know, have a conversation. Yes. So we know, I can tell you for free as a fact. Yeah, that Chiloba decided to play with the powerful people. Yeah. And Chebukati decided that he wants to do his job properly. Yes? I know most of you will not believe me, yeah? But there's plenty of evidence to suggest that what I'm saying is correct. Including the very infamous memo, yeah? Which leaked mysteriously to the press, yeah? It was a way of giving the opposition more evidence. More evidence even than what came out from the Supreme Court, okay? And you remember what I said after that memo leaked out. I said this is the end of Jubilee, yeah? And I told you it would take 1 month, it would take 1 year, it will take whatever, but it was the end of Jubilee. Yeah, you remember I said that. Anyway, so I can imagine those conversations going on in mother tongue. Eh? Tawe. You know how Luya speak. Mano wefwe. Anyway, so is Chebukati scared of the opposition and Raila Odinga? Tawe. Tawe in Bukusu means no. No, he's not. No, we come back to exactly the same place. yeah, government agents, very lethal, yeah, who are capable of doing amsand on you, yeah, at the flash, in a moment, yeah. So you either do things according to instructions, or else utakiona, chamta makuni. And this, of course, neatly explains how the memo just disappeared, evaporated into thin air. Yeah, you know the famous Chebukati memo which was leaked. Yeah, asking Chiloba various questions, revealing various very sick things that happened inside the IEBC during the August 8th elections. Yeah, and it is these sick things which happened and which were in that memo, which makes one just feel, I don't know how you feel, when you hear some people saying, oh, we won the elections, or the elections were stolen from us, or we have the majority. When you hear such statements, you start feeling like you want to throw up. Yeah, this is what makes people feel like they want to throw up. Because this is a kind of propaganda which is being fed into the, and it appears as headlines because it's being spoken by very important people. It appears as headlines, as the main feature, that's what you really see. Yeah. And then the whole idea is to feed you with this crap and feed you with it and feed with it till you forget Chebukati's memo. Till you forget all these other issues which are happening inside the IEBC. Yeah? Till now you start being convinced actually there's a free and fair election going to happen. What? Go tell that to the birds. Tawe. There's nothing like that. Free and fair elections in Kenya? This IEBC being free and fair? This IEBC being able to conduct credible elections? Go tell that to the birds. Right, let's move on. Point number 2. Akombe's resignation means that there will be no elections on the 26th. Can I repeat that? Akombe's resignation in effect means that now we can be very sure that there will be no elections on the 26th of October. Now, Kenya has become such a propaganda country. We have had a government which has become such a propaganda government that historians may well put us above Adolf Hitler himself. Yeah? They may just well put us above Herr Hitler himself. Yeah? And so it's very important that we break this down so that it becomes very clear. Why are there going to be no elections on 26th? Now, bear in mind that these things which Akombe spoke were not spoken by an anonymous source. Yeah? They were not spoken by NASA people. Yeah? Unajua NASA ni opposition wanadanganya. They were not spoken by anybody else except a whole IEBC commissioner. The people supposed to run the election. So that means even people like EU who are very involved and they're trying to hurry up this election so that things go back to normal in Kenya. Yeah? Even all these Wazungu's Western powers, yeah, whose main aim is things will go back to Kenya as soon as possible. They don't care about democracy. They don't care about human rights. So what if black children are being killed? Hiyo tutasort out later. The whole idea is to try and take Kenya back to normal as soon as possible. Yeah, that is the whole intention. But even those guys now, they will have to stand back. They'll have to put emergency brakes and say, because Akombe has just revealed, she has made a bombshell of a revelation. Of course, it was obvious to most of us who are in the country and do know what is happening. But to the rest of the world, it's a bombshell revelation. Yeah? That the IEBC is not free and fair. And indeed, the BBC reporter who was interviewing Akombe insinuated a few things, yeah, which should be very clear. What he was trying to say in his questions, he was trying to say maybe you're affiliated to NASA, and therefore, what you have done is in favor of NASA. You want to stop the election 26th. How dare you stop the election 26th? Because there's no other way out of this crisis. That's what the reporter was saying. Not in as many words, yeah? Because he asked questions like, why didn't you resign and stay in Kenya? Another question he asked is, don't you think what you have said is now going to favor NASA? Because NASA have been saying this all along, blah, 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 blah. And Akombe, she's smart. That lady, she's smart. Whatever else she is, she's smart. Hapa katikati ya masikio, kuna kitu. I like the way she answered that question because she drew attention right back to the main issue. The main issue is not NASA. The main issue is not what NASA have been saying at all. The main issue is that this is a commissioner in an IEBC that some people expect and imagine, they're daydreaming of course, that some people imagine can run a free, fair and credible election. And those people imagine this, imagine that NASA are mad. People like Raila are just hungry for power, yeah, they're scared of elections, and this way they're trying to stop the elections, etc., etc., etc. But Roslyn Akombe has just told us the whole truth. She has said she's tired of meeting the press and talking about things, talking and standing on positions which she herself does not support because of the collective responsibility of the commission. Yeah. She also said she's tired of coming to meetings whereby instead of people discussing issues, commissioners have just come with a mindset to vote according to one side of the political divide. Yeah. And clearly the commissioners on the commission who are ready to vote on one side of the political divide outnumber, yeah, the commissioners who want to hold, not to the ones who are on NASA, the ones who want to hold a free, fair and credible election. They outnumber them by a huge margin. Bila kizungu mingi, what Akombe was saying is that the organization she was working for is called Jubilee Electoral and Boundaries Commission. Jubilee Electoral and Boundaries Commission. Not independent. No way. Not independent. Tawe. Not independent. Yeah, but Jubilee Electoral and Boundaries Commission. Now we'll have to go into a second part. There's a lot of things to analyze here. Yes, especially of the impact, consequences and so on and so forth. So make sure you catch the next part. There's some really explosive points that have to come out of this. Yeah, because this is a major development, very major. Of course, it does not mean that Kenya is out of the woods. It does not mean that the tension in the country will ease. In fact, it will increase. Yeah, and I'll tell you why in the next episode. Okay, so you know the drill. Just look out for the link on your top left-hand corner of your screen. As soon as that video is ready, I'll put it up there. So give me maybe an hour or so to get it ready, and it'll be up. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.